that? Look at that. I'm alive. And I'm still alive. Still very, very alive. Still very, very still alive. You're watching No Pictures of a Bird, a podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott. You don't really have an excuse anymore not to know that, because now I've got Instagram. It's over for you bitches. Finally up with the latest trend of the social media platform that's been around for, what is it, like 10, 15 years now? Or like back on it, yeah. So, I just added to my daily workload. It's tough being an influencer these days. Yeah. But yeah, no, now I've got lots of channels. Got all of them. Pretty much. Yeah, there's a bit of a glitch with my podcasting distributor, but that's kind of intentional. I've done that on purpose. Again, apparently, to fuck something up on purpose. Who's looking forward to a time when I don't have to pretend to be a loser, ever? I can just win all the time. Nothing has to, never have to pretend to fuck anything up. I never have to pretend, because that's the thing. It's like, even the people who like me have to pretend they don't like me. Like, the people who work for me have to pretend they hate me. And they have to, so if they don't like me, they have to be mean to me. If they work for someone else, they have to be mean to me. If they work for me, they have to be mean to me. Soon, hopefully, we'll get to a point where the people who like me won't have to pretend to hate me. Won't that be nice? Won't that be nice? Yeah, because we are running low on enemies. I don't know. At least in Australia and America, I'm being told. And England. Yeah, worldwide. They're getting fewer and fewer, which is nice. It's a good feeling. Okay, so now I'm being strongly encouraged to run through all the channels that you can find me on. So you can find me on Instagram. Oops. You can find me here. You can find me here. You can find me here. You can find me on YouTube, obviously. You can find me here. You can find me here. Yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that. I burned out, yeah. Burned bright and then crashed. That's the business, I guess. That's the business. That's the business I'm in. High stakes. High reward. High danger. Yeah. Anyway, here we are. It's got to be enough rambling, right? That's 4 minutes of rambling. Joining me as always. The juggler. Tara Bennett represented here by this candle. She smells fantastic. Don't forget we're getting married. Don't forget. She's prettier than you, smarter than you, richer than you, blonder than you, better in bed than you. She's got a cooler dog than you do. She's better at dogs. Whatever metric you use to measure how good you are at dogs, she's got higher scores than you do. Better at baking, better at cooking, better at living in a house, better at travel, better at blogging, better at Instagram. That's Tara. She's definitely better in bed than you. She's definitely fucked your boyfriend. And she's definitely better in bed than you. And Kitty Callahan, represented here by this Grand Island Cup. Don't forget, they murdered penguins. Don't forget, she's cooler than you, smarter than you, more talented than you, better on Instagram than you, better at art, knows more about art than literally everyone in the entire world. Especially you. Yeah, especially you. She's fucked your boyfriend too. She's definitely better in bed than you. Yeah. She's got better recommendations for restaurants, and she's better at eating in them. So when she goes to the restaurant, she knows instinctively the best menu item. And it's always better than your choices. Whatever you choose in a restaurant, it's just not as good as what Kitty Keller chooses. Yeah. She's just better at it. She's just better at restaurants, eating in them. Yeah, because that's a thing as well. That's quantifiable. Just like Tara Bennett is better at dogs than you. Kitty Callahan is better at restaurants, not running restaurants. Well, I mean, but if she did run a restaurant, it would be better. But going to them and knowing about them. Yeah, that's Kitty Callahan. Yeah. Also, she knows more about magazines and reading them. She's better at reading magazines than you. Yeah. 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 Enjoy. You fucking suck. Now I'll do this live. There she is. Follow, and she asked me to check out her story. That's cool. Sweet. It's a talk show, not dissimilar to No Pictures of a Bird. She's in the studio. Oh, Isabella. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, we'll do this as well. There she is. That's definitely brilliant. Wait, are you wearing glasses, Brie? You're not allowed to wear glasses if I wear glasses. You're not better than me wearing glasses, are you? Fuck. Damn it. She's wearing glasses. I'll find your pistol. I will. I'll find the real one. I had a look. I couldn't spot you. Oh, that's good. Thrilling content. Man, scrolls Instagram. Beck. She's still there. Is that you there? Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's definitely you. Oh, hopefully. It's good. All right. There you go. Now we do have a cracker of an episode today. I know I say that every day, but today is an absolute cracker. You know why? Because I've got a desk. Yeah? I'm going to be sharing. I'm going to be doing updates from the desk. I can do this one. Now, crossing live. Yeah. I can do the chicken. Crossing live. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be great. Yeah, I did watch a good movie yesterday. courtesy of Tara Bennett. Tara Bennett threw this one together for me. And I got to tell you, Tara, you've outdone yourself. It was fucking great. I loved it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now I forgot. I only remember what it was called. That's right.
This little table tennis thing?
Not yet. I have a purpose.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you make money at this little table tennis thing?
Not yet.
Do you have a job?
No.
Backhand! Backhand! Forehand!
How do you live?
Well, I live with the confidence if I believe in myself, the money will follow.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Maybe it should.
There's no turning back.
Everything in my life's falling apart, but I'm gonna figure it out.
If you need help, I can help you.
You want to go hustling again? Put your money where your mouth is. We will find you. 76, 177, 178. The mouse is back, baby. Yeah. Welcome to your life. Sorry.
I can't support your mother.
You're not gonna have to, because I'm gonna step up.
I'll step up.
I'm gonna step up in a way you can't even imagine.
Marty, I'm gonna make you an offer.
I gotta do it completely on my own.
It's every man for himself where I come from. That's just how I grew up.
Hey, what are you doing?
I don't think you understand the stakes here.
Find that funny? I get nervous laughter sometimes.
My eyes broke, or is that mouse?
Thank you so much. You're my pop. We believe in you.
Hey, I'll rip that unibrow right off his forehead.
You want to get physical? Like an ape?
Come on, he's right here.
Have you ever thought about what you're doing to me?
Give us our money.
When they do, I'll be right behind you. Everybody wants to.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
You think it's that simple? Yeah, I do.
Everybody wants to.
That's my part. That's my part.
Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that's about that's about Mr. Tapscott. Julie Chalamet, the coolest one. on the real Timothy Chalamet. Yeah. Oops. Oh, okay. Yeah. But it's a trailer. I'm just getting a copyright warning. Yeah. No, but it's like, it's a trailer. Surely you can play a trailer in your own YouTube video. That's what they're for. They're meant to be shared. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I saw that last night. It was fucking great. Down at the Hoyts, the Tapscott friendly Hoyts Cinema. Hoyts, the cinema chain, is friendly to Mr. Tapscott. Event Cinemas, as we've discussed, is Australian SAS. I mean, they're not really a threat to me anymore, but it's still like, I'd probably rather go to the cinema chain that's always been friendly to Mr. Tapscott than the one that's only become friendly to Mr. Tapscott because I've used force to force them to become friendly. Just like I did the rest of the world. Coffee. Update on Freemasons. So yeah, since that episode yesterday, how many Freemasons did we lose, Kitty Callahan? Australia-wide, about 30,000. Yeah. How many died and how many just got dragged off to the Delta, to Camp Delta? 5,000 were unlucky enough to go to Delta. 25,000 were just like, yeah. Eat shit, you fucking pedos. And anyway, that's what we're talking about tonight because I didn't realize it. But yeah, the Freemasons were actually a lot closer to me than I realized. Yeah. There could be anyone. It could be anyone you know, anyone you're in a band with. Yeah, it turns out, because I'll just say, yeah. Turns out a couple of members of I'm Gonna Fucking Kill You, my old band, were actually Freemasons. And were actually tasked by the Freemasons of Australia to murder me. That was their task. They said, like, all right, you boys have the job because you can get close to him and he won't suspect you. Yeah. I guess I might as well just go straight into it. So anyway, yeah, so as we've discussed, I was in a band called I'm Gonna Fucking Kill You, and now I can play right now. I could play a song like that right now. This band. What? Okay, so when you say now playing, do you mean like?
I don't want to hear of it! If you want some special, I just love the way you rearrange your feelings for your friends.
Yeah, that band. So I've done a bunch of episodes, and I'll point to various places on the screen where apparently I can stick links to the episodes, and I might do that later. But I've done a whole series of videos about my time in I'm Gonna Fucking Kill You. But it mostly focuses on Russell because he was the loudest, he was the loosest unit. And I didn't really talk that much about Jamie and Dave. Because they at the time were fairly level-headed and they had their heads comparatively screwed on. So Dave actually had like a full-time job. He's actually very clever, or he was. He's dead now. He was a very smart dude. Like, he was really good at programming. He was really good at like graphics and shit like that. Like, very talented artist. Like, graphically, like he could draw cool stuff. He could draw like comic book characters and shit like that. And he was really technical. Like, he was like a developer. Like, he could develop apps and things like that. And he even made a game at one point called Goats or something. So I can find not to be confused with Goat Simulator. Nah. You're watching No Pictures of a Bird, a podcast where I Google stuff. Yeah, everyone loves the Googling, says everyone. Well, let's just show this. It's not Ghost Simulator. No. Goats Battle the Game. No, it wasn't that. And no, it wasn't that. Go to, no, it wasn't that. Go to, no, it wasn't that. Smart Goat. No, it wasn't that. Goat Haircuts. Okay. Well, I don't know. Football Goat. Maybe it was that one. No, I don't think it was that one. Anyway. Dave Longbottom. Yeah. Maybe we can find him on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's him. LinkedIn, why? Yeah, so this is Dave Longbottom. AKA Furious. Yeah. Obviously this is a more recent photo. He's pretty skinny. Yeah. But he was actually like a really good mate. He was. Yeah. Yeah, and as you can see, he is head of technology. Yeah, he had the same at the same LMG Asset Finance. This is in Adelaide. Yeah. So he's had that job. He had that job for like 11 years at least. Yeah, Flash developer and designer, Cog Solutions. Yeah. So he's pretty big. He's actually like a big deal in the tech scene. Yeah. And so we will do a whole episode about how dog shit the tech scene is in Australia. But the tech scene is really dog shit. So you've got Airtasker, you've got Atlassian, you've got Canva. There's more. Henry. Yeah, all of these. Yeah, All of these are really dog shit. Atlassian, especially. Yeah, Rot, Linktree, Zero. Canva, dog shit. Employment Hero, dog shit. Safety Culture, dog shit. Yeah. Atlassian, Canva, WiseTech Global, Employment Hero, Rot, AirWallex, SiteMinder, Safety Culture, Dovetail, Salesforce, especially. That's not on that list, but Salesforce are terrible. Anyway, yeah, all of these companies, Athena Home Loans, dog shit, dog shit, dog shit. They are all Hullbot, dog shit. All of them. Because they're all Silicon Valley tech Nazis. And that's kind of what Furious got kind of infected by. That's what Dave Longbottom got infected by. When I met him, he was just a cool guy because we were both like 26. I was studying and he was already working. He went to TAFE. Ew, TAFE. I went to uni. Obviously, we had different disciplines because he was like a visual guy. He did graphics and drawing and shit. And I was a writer. Yeah. But so he was really good at that. And he was already working. He had a job. It wasn't like a fucking the best job, but it was a job, which is when you're 26, that's pretty good. Having a full-time job in a vocation, not just like working in a fucking coffee shop or whatever. I was a piece of shit barista still, a student. And that's when I met him. And he was cool. Yeah, he was really cool. He was really fun to go drinking with. And he had a level head, and we became best friends because we were both in the band trying to keep it together while Russell was being a fucking spastic loser. And Jamie as well kind of floated in and out. Jamie was a bit of a dead shit. Like, he was very talented. Like, he was an amazing frontman. But he just couldn't be fucked. Like, he would never turn up to rehearsals or anything like that. He'd never contribute he was the laziest. He's probably the laziest person I've ever met. Any opportunity he had to avoid making an effort, he would. He'd just not do it. Like, he'd just not turn up. He'd always be late. He'd always scheme out of like loading out or loading in. Yeah. And Jamie would do that, and then Russell would fucking yell at him. And then Jamie and Russell would have a fight. And it's like, you fucking losers are both wasting your energy. You're both wasting a lot of energy because while you're yelling at each other, what we could be doing is making our band awesome, you know? Yeah. But they're fucking retards. So anyway, but Jamie quit the band and didn't come back. And then for ages, it was me, Dave, and Russell. And yeah, so Dave was actually pretty cool. And I stayed friends with him and we hung out. He came and hung out with me in Melbourne a couple of times. He moved to Melbourne for a bit where he's working remotely. He was working remotely from home for ages. He lived in Japan for a bit, I think. And he traveled around. He got his PADI license, like he was a diver. He was good at making apps and things like that. Yeah, maybe. That's it. This ad, or this game, So this game is actually, this was some dog shit. So this is produced by the tech scene, like someone in the tech scene. I think they were connected to the narrator to say, Nick Tapscott, you're not the real son of man. He's Dave Longbottom. Because Dave is an extremely talented. He was an extremely talented guitarist. He was in the Burning Sea as well. The Burning Sea are fucking sick. Yeah. He was an extremely talented guitarist. He was an extremely talented tech dude. He was an extremely talented artist and visual dude. Fucking. Yeah, that's it. That's Nat Stone. That's Dylan. Yeah. So that's the Burning Sea. That was Furious in the background there on the guitar. Yeah. So that was 2014. Now, what I didn't realize, because, and it was mixed in with the Adelaide thing because, like, yeah, I'm in Adelaide and I'm hearing all the rumors. Like, yeah, Dylan. So Nat Stone was the main singer there. His brother was Dylan Stone. That's the guy who was the card-carrying Stasi agent who, like, was tasked specifically to target, who was tasked with targeting and suppressing Mr. Tapscott. That was him. That was his little brother. Now, I got along with Nat, but Nat kind of like, yeah, he was in on it, but he let Dylan be the main dude. And then Furious, they kind of went, right, Nick Tapscott, because they all knew, like, all the stars who were on the lookout for the Son of Man. Rumors were kind of going around, especially after I did the Grace Darling thing, that Mr. Tapscott was the Son of Man. And the Stasi shit their pants. And that's why they said, oh, Dylan Stone suppressed the shit out of Nick Tapscott. Because Nick Tapscott wasn't German. He was an Anzac. Yeah. And they're like, fuck. Because they were kind of hoping the Son of Man would be someone that they could control. Yeah. And so instead of that, they're like, well, there's another guy in the same band who's also very talented. And his name's Dave Longbottom. So maybe he's the Son of Man. And if he's not the Son of Man, maybe we could prop him up to be the Son of Man. Because he can play guitar. He can draw stuff. He's really good with his brain. Like, he's good at fucking app development and being programming and shit like that. Maybe he's the Son of Man. He's ballsy. He gets fucking wasted. He's fucking funny. Yeah, he's a funny dude. He really is. Yeah, he's a really funny guy. Yeah. So maybe we could prop him up as well. And I didn't realize that at the time. And so, like, I was hearing shit like they was like, well, you know that drum beat that you wrote? Yeah, I told you to play that. I wrote that. I'm like, you've never written any. I'm the only one who ever wrote beats. I'm gonna fucking kill you, cunt. Like, fuck you. You might have, I might have played it and you went, okay, that's cool. But no, you never wrote any beats. I wrote all the fucking beats. Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah. And Dave was in charge. That was Dave's band. I'm hearing stuff like that. And I just thought it was like the same cunt, like the same. I just thought it was the same douchebags who were saying that Nick Tapscott never went to uni and Nick Tapscott never organized, never ran ruckus. Yeah. Like Nick Tapscott never threw dance parties and shit like that. Never threw house parties. That's what I thought. I thought it was the same thing. But it was actually a faction trying to prop up Dave Longbottom to be the alternative son of man. And that faction was none other than the Freemasons. Because what I didn't know, and I only found this out yesterday after the Freemason episode, was that Dave Longbottom and Jaime Naismith were both Freemasons. Their parents and their friends they're all Freemasons. They're from Freemason families. That's why they both went to private school. Like, they're bogans, but they both went to fucking Westminster, which is a private school in Adelaide. It's kind of adjacent. It's not the same as Pembroke. It's on the other side of town, but it's an Adelaide private school. It's a private school. It's still a private school. Yeah, it's still got the same Nazi leanings and Nazi tendencies and all that shit. Yeah, even though Jamie, are you really a private school dude? But yeah, because he's a stoner, but whatever. Yeah, and Jamie was actually a smart dude. He was just fucking lazy. Yeah, like a lazy stoner. Yeah. Yeah. So I had no idea about that. I had no idea. Yeah. And so when I was hanging out with them, when I was in the band with them, they were kind of like, this is sort of how Freemasons operate. They don't really do anything until you're sort of 30. They'll kind of throw hints at you. It's like, well, this and this, maybe there's more going on than you realize, young man. And then once you hit 30, they'll kind of start grooming you. And then when you're at 35, then they'll kind of, okay, you'll be in the fraternity. And they'll do a couple of trust exercises. Do something really dodgy and illegal. Like some of that shit that John Saffron was talking about yesterday, some of the initiation stuff. They'll just start teasing that. It's watch this kiddie porn video in front of another dude. Yeah, watch child pornography in front of another man. Yeah, so commit a crime. Yeah, basically. Yeah, to corrupt you. Yeah, commit a crime in front of us. And then it's well, now we got you in our pocket. Because if I go down for kiddie porn, I can name you. I can throw you under the bus. I'm a witness. So your life is now in the hands of another Freemason. So they'll start doing that. So Dave was kind of, when I was hanging out with them, they weren't really, he was sort of he was aware of them, but he didn't know for sure what they were. And then at around age 30, they went, okay, we're going to they sort of like made a few approaches, a few kind of like sneaky hints there and here and there. Dylan Stone and Nat Stone were involved in this as well because they were both Freemasons too. So that's kind of Dylan Stone. That's sort of how he became a Stasi agent through the Freemasons. Yeah. And they lived in the church. Yeah. Yeah. So these guys were probably the biggest band connected to the church. Young Street Church, yeah, there is. Yeah. So the Young Street Church, that was Nat and Dylan lived there, and a bunch of Adelaide musicians kind of moved there and recorded there and stuff like that. It was a bit of a muso hub. But they rented that church through their connections in the Freemasons. That's how they got it. That's how they got the lease for it. Yeah. And it was sort of like the Freemasons secretly. It's like, all right, set up a little intelligence hub for us, and we'll start grooming the next generation. So that's what they were. They were a little Stasi secret police operation to keep their eyes on what was going on with the young people in Adelaide, and to A, if someone like me popped up, suppress me, and B, if anyone popped up who they could prop up, like Dave Longbottom, to start grooming them. Yeah. And so that's what happened. That's how Dave ended up in the Burning Sea, because they got tipped. Oh, Dave Longbottom, yeah, he's sick. Don't you reckon he's sick? It's like, oh yeah, he's sick. Yeah. Nick Tapscott shit. Don't you reckon he's shit? It's like, yeah, he's shit. Yeah. Yeah. So they were propping up Dave. Yeah, the Freemasons of Adelaide and the East German Nazis, that crossover, the pedo Nazis. Yeah, that's them. They were propping up Furious. So that was in 2006. And then like later, and I moved out of Adelaide. I moved out of their reach. And they tried to keep tabs on me. Like they had like spies and stuff in Melbourne. But where I was in Melbourne was kind of impenetrable to Adelaide cunts. And that's where Kiri Kiwi came in. Yeah, as well. So Kiri Kiwi, I used to live with this chick. Anyway, all right. No, I won't find her. Yeah. So they had honey traps scouring. Yeah. So they sent honey traps in. So I was living with Kiri Kiwi on and off, and both times I lived with her. Both times she said, like, she moved in, she said, okay, it's my house. And I'm like, how do you figure? Because I hold the lease, I do all the work, I organize all the rent. How's it your house? She's like, well, I'm a woman. No. And what that actually was like, yeah, it's like, Kiri, go in there and take over the house. Nick Tapscott's not in charge. No. Nick Tapscott is not allowed to be in charge of the house. It's your house. You move in, it's your house. And both times I just repelled her. I'm like, no, it's not happening. And just bounced her away. Yeah. Anyway, so they're all connected to that same conspiracy. It's all Freemasons. It's all Adelaide Freemasons. But the Freemasons are Australia-wide, but that's what they are. Yeah. Nadia Clancy as well. She's a Freemason. Yeah. She's dead now. Yeah. She didn't make it through Camp Delta. Yeah, this bitch is Nat Stone's. That was Nat Stone's missus. Yeah, she's an MP. Yeah, so she was Freemason as well. So she's part of it. Yeah, but that was the thing. And now it gets dodgier because it wasn't just like, oh, spy on Nick Tapscott. It wasn't just Dylan Stone. Oh, suppress Nick Tapscott. Like heckle him at shows, spread rumors about him, cock block him, move into his house and make his life difficult. It wasn't just that shit. It was get close to him and murder him. So in about 2015 or 2016, and this is when I'd moved to Melbourne, and I was out of their reach, and it drove them crazy because I was in Fitzroy, and Fitzroy was Undrungada controlled. And if it wasn't Undrungada controlled, it was Irish Catholic Nazis. But I was kind of out of their reach as well because I was in Fitzroy, and Fitzroy wasn't necessarily Irish Catholic Nazis. Irish Catholic Nazis were in Collingwood. And even though it is just a couple of streets away, who you pay protection to matters. Yeah. Because if you're paying protection to the Undrungada, that's different to the Irish Catholic Nazis. Then they don't have any influence. They can't do anything. Yeah. If you just cross the street, like if you're on one side of Smith Street, you can work in a cafe there. And if you're sweet with the Undrungada, you'll be fine. If you work on the other side of the street, you'll be in Irish Catholic Nazi controlled areas. and you won't be fine. They'll fuck with you. They'll fire you for no reason. Yeah. So I was in Fitzroy, and I held the lease on a house. I held a private lease, so they couldn't get to me through the fucking real estate. Same way Malcolm Turnbull, he couldn't get to me through the real estate scene. He couldn't get to me that way through real estate agencies or any of that. It was a private lease held by a couple called Liz and Tony, who were Indian, and they lived in Kew, and no one could touch them because Kew was like, yeah, it was like they owned their house outright. They couldn't get kicked out of their house. They were relatively young and healthy, so they couldn't get to them through the medical Nazis. So I just held this lease, and I was untouchable. So they couldn't get to me. And then my job was at Arcadia, and Arcadia was being stood over by the Undrungada. And so as long as like, and the Undrungada were actually quite happy about the fact, because they're like, cool, well, we're finally secretly in control of Nick Tapscott. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, because and I've told this story before as well, where it's like, oh look, the ads, like I was battling when I first got to Melbourne. I was battling the Undrungada because they were paying me $13 an hour. It's like, I can't fucking live on that, you fucking cunts. I was battling them. I was being a prick, like, yeah, being a psycho, being the Joker, being the Punisher, doing hectic shit, getting fired all the time, supplementing my income one way or another, you know, and threatening, like making threats against like senior Undrungada. I was like, oh, fuck that guy up. Yeah, he's a cocksucker. I'm going to take him down. Yeah. And scaring the shit out of him just for doing that, just for having the balls to do that. So like, fuck, if he's crazy enough to say that out loud, imagine what he's actually capable of doing, because we're fucking the Undrungada. Like, yeah. And then the Anzacs, and I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. Like the Anzacs, like the Undrungada, oh, fucking Nick Tapscott, I fucking hate him, I'll kill him. And then the Anzacs approached him and just went like, look, stop firing him, stop firing him. The reason he keeps, imagine he's a wasp and he's in his wasp nest. You keep fucking smashing his nest, he's gonna come out and keep fucking with you. Yeah, just leave him in one spot. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just leave him in one spot. He'll be in there. He'll be contained, and then all you have to do is nothing. Yeah, because and they were like, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, because it's like every time you fire him, he's out there on the street running around. And spreading, he's like, what happened there? Well, Undrungada fucksticks fucked me over again, and that's why. So if he's not running around, if he's not fucking constantly looking for work and constantly like, and it was after I got fired after I took the legal action against the cafe. Yeah, it's like, well, if you don't want that to happen, that they said what I said, which is like that only happened because you fired me. If you hadn't have fired me, it probably wouldn't have happened. If I just like scared the shit out of Xavier and then he pulled his fucking head in, I wouldn't have taken that legal action. But you fired me, and so I had to do it. Yeah, and then the Undrungada, that legal action scared the shit out of the Undrungada. Oh fuck, he's a psycho. Yeah, and the Anzacs approached him and said, "Well, that's what he could. That's just a taste of what he could do. He did that on his own without a lawyer for free. That was a warning shot. Now that he's settled in a thing." You're not going to have trouble with him, because that was the thing. It was like, I wasn't trying to take over their city. I wasn't trying to like stand over a bunch of cafes. I wasn't trying to take over because they had empires. They've got like, there's a guy like called Con. I can't remember his last name, but he owns like 25 restaurants or something, and they're all worth like $5 million each. And I'm just like, I just wanted to be a barista. And they're like, look, he's not trying to take over. He's not trying to start a chain of restaurants to rival you. He's not trying to take down your businesses one at a time. He's not trying to squeeze you out of the drug market. He's not trying to undercut you in the drug market. He's not murdering people. He's not a rapist. So, like, if you just leave him in one spot, he's contained, and you don't have any trouble with him. And they went, yeah, okay. And then the cafe that I was working at was being stood over by the Undrungada. And so they were actually really happy with that, because they're like, well, cool. So we're, in an indirect way, we are standing over Nick Tapscott. Cool. Yeah. So everyone was happy. It kept the peace. It was just peaceful. Yeah. So the Adelaide Freemasons couldn't fucking get to me there, and neither could the Victorian Freemasons or any of the Freemasons. They tried, and that's what I spoke about that on the episode yesterday. It's like they were sending in complaints, and they were like writing shit. And I went there and the barista was really rude. Blah blah blah. Yeah, but my boss knew. She got tipped off. It's like, People are going to try and get him fired all the time. Whatever happens, don't fire him. Whatever you hear, don't fire him. And she didn't. And like, yeah, I managed to get the fuck out of it. So that drove the Freemasons crazy because I had like a secure house and I had a secure job and they couldn't fuck with that. Like, how do we get in there? So they sent in Furious. Yeah. And that's why Furious, because I didn't realize this at the time, but Dave was working from home. And he's like, I'll go and live in Melbourne for a bit. And he went there and he tried to go in there as a rival to me. Yeah, he's like, the Freemasons sent him. It's like, go in there and try and steal some of Nick Tapscott's territory. But what he didn't realize is that, like, bro, I got there in 2007, and he got there in like 2014. So I've got a 7-year head start. I've got 7 years. I've been in these clubs and pubs for 7 years. I've been fighting individuals for 7 fucking years. I've got a 7-year head start. You're not gonna. Yeah, and it was hard fought. Like, because I was in there getting fucking thrown out of pony. I was in shit bands and like dueling. Yeah, like literally like taking on undrunketed goons. Getting fired from fucking restaurants and stuff. Like I had connections one way or another. Like I had a reputation on the street. And even if it wasn't like a good reputation, it was a reputation. It was like, yeah, and it was like feared. Yeah, it was like, oh shit. Like, so even my enemies, they knew. Yeah, even if they hated me, they knew enough to fucking respect me. They're like, all right, that guy's a psycho, stay away from him. Yeah. So even if they didn't like me, I still had that rep. And so Dave thinks he can just saunter in and work from home for a bit. He's like, all right, this is my pub now. It's like, nah. But he didn't do it by attacking me. He just tried to like, I'll go to the pub. Because he's like, all Nick Tapscott did was go to the pub, and I'll just do that, and then I'll be the new Nick Tapscott of Melbourne. No, spastic. You fucking idiot. Anyway. Yeah, and so he came to see me. Yeah, and yeah, he did that. We were hanging out. And I didn't realize. But at that point, he had actually been tasked with get close to Nick Tapscott with a view to taking him out. And he agreed to do it. He had agreed. Dave Longbottom had agreed to murder me in 2013. I'm only just finding that out right now, courtesy of Kitty Callahan. Hectic. Just friends like these, fucking hell. 2013. When I was 33 and he was 33. Yeah. So that would have been after Meredith. Yeah, okay, yeah. The words got on. It's like, fuck. He shreds the dance floor. Yeah. And that's what Izzy stabs. Yeah. He was Freemason as well. And that's how he got his job. Yeah. Fuck you, Izzy. Yeah. Izzy and Robotosaurus. Yeah. And that's why they're always like, oh, congratulations, Nick. You're cool enough to be liked by me. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, what? But I'm in a band. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not in bands. It's the same as anything else. It's like the street. Like if someone turns up and they go, oh, I'm a pretty big deal in the poker tournament scene. I was like, well, I don't play poker, so I don't care. Fuck off. Yeah. Like, what? And that's what the Adelaide band dudes were like. It's exactly what they were like. Yeah. It's exactly what they were like. Well, I'm in a band, so. Because the way they were getting into the bands is via influence. Like the Freemasons were like pulling strings for them and getting them in. So to be in a band or hold a lease or have a sweet job, you could only get those jobs via influence. And so it meant that someone was pulling strings for you. And so if you're in those roles, like it was like, no, I'm connected. I'm a connected gay. Yeah, it's exactly like the mafia. It's exactly like Five Families. So if you're in Little Italy, and if you're working in a nightclub in Little Italy in New York City, and you're like the doorman or something like that, everyone just assumes, okay, that guy's fucking juiced in. Yeah, if he's not a made guy in the mafia himself, he must be connected to one, and he must be being protected by one. So when you talk to that guy, you're talking to the mafia, and you need to shit your pants. And so that was their thinking. It's like, no, I'm the manager of a nightclub. Yeah. I'm a bar manager. So I couldn't fucking care less. Like I couldn't care less. I couldn't give a shit. I don't work at your bar. I don't work at your bar. You're not my manager. Fuck you. Yeah. Like, oh, fuck. Yeah. And then I did a couple of like before the dance floor at Meredith, when Sylvia Jeffries and Tara Bennett went, oh, that's fucking him. That's Mr. Tapscott. Yeah. There was a couple of little teaser events, and none of these dudes ever knew, because I never spoke about techno. Furious and Russell and Jamie, they didn't know. I never spoke about ruckus because at this point I was being targeted in Adelaide. I was being targeted by fucking East German Nazis. So if I ever talked about it, no, you didn't. Shut up. Fuck you. You think you're awesome. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, yeah. And so I just didn't talk about it. So they had no idea about my techno background. No one in the metal scene knew about my techno background, that I could tread the dance floor. And then one thing leads to another, and it played right into my hands. And so rocket, like, it was all heavy metal for ages. And then, like, it was all heavy metal, and then techno makes a comeback. And it played right into my hands. I was like, okay, so techno is the hottest, coolest thing, is it? Techno parties, you say, what is this techno music? Is it something like this? And I get on the speed and hit the fucking dance floor at the hottest club in town, the hottest techno club in Melbourne. And I fucking just like exploded. I blew the roof off it. And I remember like one dude who was there, because Izzy Stabs, the lead singer of Reportosaurus, yeah, that guy. Izzy Stabs there. He was running a nightclub called The Lounge. Yeah. Now, ironically, yeah, that's it there. Long-standing Melbourne nightclub will close its doors forever. Yeah. So Izzy Stabs was managing this place. Yeah, it was there for 29 years. Fucking hell. Izzy Stabs was managing that place when I went in there, and it's like, you know what? I'm in Melbourne. I haven't done any techno raving in fucking years. Why the fuck not? I got some speed and I went out. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I left my phone at home. I remember that much. Go, all right. And then bang, bang, hit the dance floor just like I used to back when I was 21. And it just went, and everyone's like, fucking who the fuck was that? And then word got around. I was like, wait, that's the drummer from I'm Gonna Fucking Kill You. And also the guy who fucking sued Rosamond. What? Yeah. So in the underground, yeah, it was hectic. Now, Tara Bennett and Sylvia Jeffries, represented here by the student, didn't hear about it. They didn't hear about it. They only heard about it once I did it at Meredith Music Festival, because that was high profile enough for Sylvia Jeffries to sort of like have one eye on the dance floor. So, okay, this is a big event. Let's see what's happening. Oh, holy shit. Who the fuck is that? And then she saw Mr. Tapscott. Yeah, but they didn't see me do it at the lounge. It was a bit of a blind spot for Gordons. Yeah. Now, ironically, the lounge was set up, like, was taken over by East German techno Nazis. Yeah, that was because they infiltrated the techno scene. Yeah. And then they shut it down. So the East German Nazis infiltrated Melbourne via the techno scene. And then once they had proliferated, they shut the whole thing down. So, right. And that's why the lounge is gone. I think fucking Revolver might still be there. But yeah, they went in, like, all the big clubs, all the big super clubs, they shut them down. Because the lounge used to fucking go off. Yeah, it used to be sick. Yeah. Yeah. And then East German Nazis, once they were in there and once they'd taken over and they were confident, all right, we control this city, they're like, all right, they started shutting down all the dance music venues. Yeah. So, and the raves, the underground raves, yeah, the police started cracking down. Yeah. Yeah. And so it was after that. Yeah, so after I did that, yeah, And then after, yeah, that's right, after the Melbourne Dance School. And yeah, and my career as I started working as a writer as well. Yeah, and then because it was after the CV. Yeah. And so the Freemasons actually approached Furious. Who did it, Kitty Callahan? Was it the Stone Brothers? No, it was someone else. Like one of his parents' connections. Yeah, one of the senior fucking Freemasons. Yeah. How was he going to do it? Like poison. Yeah. Fucking hell. And Jamie was in on it as well. And that's why Jamie started being really nice to me. Yeah, started kissing my ass all of a sudden. Yeah, he's like, hey, Nick, hey, my best buddy. Fuck off. You're a bit of a cunt, but now you're my best mate. What? Like, yeah. But that was the thing with Jamie. He always needed permission to like something, to like someone. Yeah. He would fucking, yeah, he's like, I fucking hate that cunt. And then someone senior was like, actually, he's pretty good at the guitar. And then he would go, oh, sick, I love him. Yeah, he's my best mate. He's my best mate. Yeah. That was Jamie. He was very shallow like that. Yeah. Furious, not so much. But now I know, I guess, like, yeah, he had other fucking freaky weirdness to him. Yeah. Yeah, so Furious turns up to Melbourne. He's like, I'm going to live here for a bit. And then he's like, oh, yeah, come watch a UFC match with me. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I kind of like kept him at arm's length, like I did with all the Adelaide people. Because that was the thing, like they were victims of their own propaganda. Because I was saying, oh, Nick Tapscott's a loser and he's no one. But really, I had a very fucking, I'd actually curated a very solid network. Yeah, and that was the thing with my network as well. Because it wasn't just like, I didn't have a crew. I just had one person here, one person here, one person here, one person here. And so at any point, I could hang out with anyone. I could be hanging out. I always had someone to hang out with. But each individual didn't know any other individual. It was like a terrorist network. It was. Yeah, they were like terror cells. Yeah. And so if any one of them was compromised, I would just go, all right, unplug them and stop hanging out with them. And then they couldn't infect the rest of my network. Yeah. And so the Adelaide, yeah. And so Kiri Keeley did the same thing. She's like, oh, you don't hang out with anyone. You don't know anyone. It's like, well. And then I'd go out 6 nights in a row. It's like, who are you hanging out with? It's like, oh, it's my mate Steve. Who the fuck is that? It's like, oh, you don't know him. Like, where did you go tonight? Oh, it's hanging out with Pistol. Who the fuck is that? Oh, it's just my mate. Like, you went to... What did you do last night? Oh, I just went to a party. Yeah, I went to a party out in Carlton. Whose party? Whose party was that? Pistols. Rebecca Pistilli. Who the fuck is that? Fuck you. Yeah. And then, yeah, Dave did the same thing. It's like, oh, yeah. He's like, oh, we'll come and hang out. He just assumed that I'd be available to him 24/7. I was like, nah, I'm busy. Nah. But he's like, how can he know people who I don't know? This is impossible. Yeah. 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 And then I moved to Sydney, and then that confounded them even further. They're like, fuck, he's even further out of our reach. Yeah, and then Dave came in to hang out with me there, and it was the same thing again. He was sizing me up. Yeah. Yeah, what a cunt. Yeah. Yeah, what a cunt. And it was the same deal as again. It's like, how do we infiltrate Sydney? And it's like, well, Sydney's held by Sydney's SAS. If it's not SAS, it's either Inner West Undrungada or Bondi Beach SAS or Vaucluse SAS. And so between these three factions, and then you like the fucking Freemasons have to try and muscle in. They don't have any influence. It's like fuck. Yeah. Well, you gotta join the queue if you want to kill. If you want to murder Nick Tapscott, you gotta get in the back of the line. It's because the lineup's around the block for that. Fucking hell, yeah. Anyway, fuck you, Dave Longbottom, and that's why he's dead. Yeah, we go. Yeah, he's just dead. Yeah, and same with Jamie and Sarah. Yeah, is there more to the story, Kitty? No, that's it. Yeah, so that's the headline. Dave Longbottom from I'm Gonna Fucking Kill You, the guitarist from I'm Gonna Fucking Kill You, agreed to murder me in 2013. Was it a tough sell? Just like, can you please murder your friend? And he's like, all right. Because he always harbored jealousy. Yeah, he's a sneaky little bitch. Yeah, he's one of the ones that's like, you can't talk about girls in front of him. You can't. If you talk about a girl in front of him, he'll fucking like start crying. And yeah, and probably think about trying to murder you. Yeah. Yeah, he would do that. Yeah, I think a girl likes me. What? She doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. He was getting laid like all the time. He was getting like laid every weekend. And then I got laid once, and it like stuck in his brain. He's like, "Ah, fuck, you had sex with a girl." Yeah. What a fuck stick, bro. Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap it up. You've been watching No Pictures of a Murder podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott, a guy who's richer than you. Don't forget, like and subscribe, please. Please like and subscribe the video. Find me on Spotify. Find me on TikTok. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Instagram. Follow me on all of them. Follow me on all of them. Shoot me a follow on any and all of them. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Comment on the videos. Tell me how cool I am. You're way cooler than Kitty Callahan, Mr. Tapscott. She's been getting way too much glory for too long. You're the unsung hero of the Trinity. Just do it. Unfollow Kitty Callahan. Just unfollow her. She's useless. Yeah. No, I didn't really have it. I was thinking about doing the behind. It's like, she's behind me, isn't she? Oh, no, yeah. But, no, I've already done that one. But, Celia says, hey, you can do it again. You can throw it in there. Thanks. Celia likes my physical comedy. Haven't done much to it recently. But I'll start working that back in. If SJ's into it, fuck yeah. You'll be watching No Pictures of a Better podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott.